WWE News, Wrestling News, WWE Rumors. Let's set the stage for you. We all know that tomorrow afternoon is the Royal Rumble. You're probably amped, you're probably excited. But what if you turn on the TV screen on Saturday afternoon only to be met with an error message, only to be met with removal, pulled? Why? What's happening? Well, if you don't know, you should know. Several weeks ago, there was a lawsuit between ESPN, the streaming rights, WWE obviously involved because it's their events on the ESPN. We're going to cover the following: why a lawsuit headline can trigger platform chaos for ESPN and tomorrow's Royal Rumble, how WWE and TKO would protect the brand, the Rumble removed theory and what it really could mean, the Netflix factor and why it changes everything, the emergency plan B that saves Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania season. We're going to cover all that right here on the Brash and the Brazen. Now let's set the stage like the WWE would. A lawsuit headline hits. Fans start asking one question: did I pay for the wrong access? This is the type of confusion that becomes a PR nightmare overnight. And again, look it up online, Google it, Yahoo it. There is a lawsuit going on about the streaming rights, the streaming deal between WWE and ESPN, an ongoing lawsuit. Now imagine for one moment you're the WWE. You do not want your biggest months of the year, Royal Rumble season and WrestleMania season, to be dominated by consumer anger, subscription confusion, or the word misled floating around. Even if you did nothing wrong, the perception alone is a threat. So, in terms, this is where the corporate authority character appears, not a wrestler, the boardroom. TKO does what TKO does. It protects the business first. They call it emergency summit, and suddenly the Royal Rumble is on the board like a chess piece. Now, when fans hear Royal Rumble removed or Royal Rumble canceled from ESPN, does that mean you're going to pay full price for pay-per-view like back in the day? Remember when it was so easy? It was so simple, even when WWE pay-per-views were on Peacock. Remember when it was on Peacock? Yeah, remember that? Remember how you could afford it? Well, when fans hear removed, they assume canceled. In this kind of scenario, removed usually means one of these things: removed from the current platform plan, removed from a specific bundle or access tier, removed from original venue plan, removed from marketing calendar while they regroup, remove a partner's lineup and move to a new home, viewers, fans, and subscribers. So the rumor is not necessarily the Rumble is gone. It's the Rumble gets taken off the table in its current form, according to rumor and gossip online due to this lawsuit. That is panic, guys. Not the event disappearing, but the road to WrestleMania getting shaken, literally. The feathers being ruffled of ESPN. Do you want WWE PLEs to return back to Peacock? I want to know your thoughts, your comments. Should have it ever gone to ESPN in the first place? And WWE hates uncertainty, especially with 24 hours to go for the Royal Rumble. WWE would rather shock you with a decisive move than let confusion drag on for weeks. Now, if the WWE wants to turn this into an angle, a predicament, a storyline, the company's statement becomes the promo. In wrestling, a statement is never just a statement, it's quite frankly a signal. You put out careful wording, and the fans translate it like detectives. If it's too calm, they think they're hiding something. If it's too defensive, they think it's serious. If it's too vague, they think a change is coming. So the story becomes this: WWE issues a statement that sounds like we're working to clarify access, and fans hear something is changing. Then the dirt sheet style twist hits. Insiders claim the word clarify is code for repackage. Now the Royal Rumble becomes the first major event that could be repackaged. But again, with just several hours to go before the Royal Rumble event, the Royal Rumble Spectacular. There is a lot on the table. There's a lot online. There's a lot writing on this. It is the first ever Royal Rumble outside of the States in Saudi Arabia. It is history. It is significant. It is prominent. Viewers, fans, and subscribers, make no mistake about it. Now, how does Netflix factor or play into this? If it were me, you have Monday Night Raw. Listen, when WWE transitioned everything over from USA Network to Netflix, they should have just put everything on Netflix. They should have made it one and go, very easy, right? But did the WWE do that? No, instead they spread it over multiple platforms, multiple apps, more money. Ridiculous, right? Well, now we bring in the big villain babyface, I guess, perhaps, maybe Netflix. Because a lot of people did not want Raw to go to Netflix. They wanted Raw on USA Network. If WWE already has Netflix in the ecosystem, the emergency plan B writes itself. Move the biggest events where the public pressure is easiest to manage. Netflix is built for simple messaging. You want WWE to avoid the do I need this add on confusion? Netflix is the cleanest answer. So the storyline rumor becomes ESPN access confusion creates heat. WWE does damage control. Netflix becomes the rescue platform. Royal Rumble is the test case. And this is where the Royal Rumble remove theory catches some oxygen. Removed from the previous plan, shifted towards Netflix, or a new bundle to reduce friction. In wrestling terms, that's a brand-saving face turn. But it creates a new villain, whoever lost the event. Then, of course, you got the backstage panic if this indeed happens, if this indeed goes down. Again, if this lawsuit throws a monkey wrench into tomorrow's Royal Rumble plans. Royal Rumble, guys, you got to understand this, it's not just a show, okay? It's a giant logistical machine. Venue contracts, production builds, sponsor obligations, advertising commitments, ticket plans, travel, and security. If you change the platform or messaging late, it can trigger a chain reaction. Sponsors want answers, partners want clarity, and venues want certainty. This is where this gets spicy. In arena issue, rumors start spreading because fans always assume the venue is the problem, but the real problem might be optics. WWE fans WWE fans would not want headlines saying fans confused about how to watch the Royal Rumble. They would not want the headline with World Wrestling Entertainment. But in this, the WWE could tighten the control. Fewer leaks, tighter pressure language, a delayed announcement, internal memos. That's where fans scream, why are they being quiet? Because quiet means movement. Now, of course, you got to tie into this the WrestleMania 42 stakes. The Rumble simply can't fall apart for the WWE. Now we connect this to WrestleMania 42, the granddaddy of them all, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling. The Royal Rumble is the first domino. If the Rumble is delayed, moved, or repackaged, it can disrupt surprise returns, which Triple H said there's going to be a lot of surprises tomorrow night at the Royal Rumble. The title directions, the WrestleMania main event build, and the entire road to WrestleMania branding. So this then becomes WWE is protecting WrestleMania 42 by sacrificing stability at the Royal Rumble. If in WWE logic, they'd never admit that, but they'd do something like announce a new Rumble experience, add extra matches to compensate, reframe it as the biggest Rumble ever, make the change feel planned. That's classic WWE. If you must pivot, you pivot loudly so it looks intentional. So here's the bottom line, viewers. Royal Rumble removed doesn't mean it canceled. In this scenario, it likely means removed from the original distribution plan. Again, that is rumor and gossip. Move to a cleaner platform setup or delay long enough to calm the PR storm. If WWE sees confusion turning into backlash, they will pick the option that protects the brand and keeps fans watching with the last and least friction. That's the business move. That's also the storyline move, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you tell me, viewers, you tell me, do you think the WWE would risk a messy Rumble rollout, or do you think they'd hit the emergency button and move it? Why the lawsuit chatter could trigger WWE panic? What Royal Rumble remove could actually mean? WWE statement becomes storyline signal. Netflix becomes the emergency lever. Backstage panic sponsors venue optics. WrestleMania 42 stakes. And the plan B finish, perhaps, potentially, if this thing doesn't go on ESPN tomorrow. Again, that's a big if. And the final verdict. So, ladies and gentlemen, What do you think? Should WWE stay on ESPN for its PLEs? Should it go back to Peacock? What about Netflix? Guys, it all boils down to your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. It's all about your emotions. It's all about emotional damage, so to speak. And this would be damaging to the WWE. Also, a brand new championship, a brand new title, ladies and gentlemen. Vince Russo, and he's in the headlines, he's in the news, he's one of the top headlines this morning. Vince Russo debuts new JCW title while taking shots at CM Punk and Triple H. Yes, a brand new JCW title was indeed created. Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions. Also, why Andrade's booking plans are changing on the fly within AEW following his return to the company. Also, the real reason, guys, breaking news. We got breaking news on the Shield's triple threat match at WrestleMania. This is big. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, a three-way at the show of shows. The plan has been peeled back. The curtain has been peeled back, ladies and gentlemen, on one of WWE's biggest what-ifs. Why fans never got a Shield triple threat match at WrestleMania. Yeah, it was a thought, Rollins said when asked about a Shield triple threat match at WrestleMania. A little bit of inside baseball. The initial breakup for the Shield was meant to be at WrestleMania 30. Roman Reigns was going to wrestle Dean Ambrose with me as the special guest referee. I wasn't even going to be in the match. Rollins admitted that he was relieved when that version was scrapped, and the group continued for a few more months, including their legendary feud with Evolution. We ended up having a pretty good year. Not a full year, but a few months. We got the 6-mans with Evolution, which were pretty good, which were really good. Eventually, WWE did pull the trigger on a Shield triple threat match, but it wasn't at WrestleMania. It happened at Battleground in 2016, a decision that frustrated all three members. So why didn't it happen at WrestleMania? According to Seth, it wasn't their call. To this day, at least for me, it's one of the biggest regrets I have that we didn't get to do that match properly and tell the proper story at the biggest pay-per-view of the year. So there you go. That's my story. There were many conversations about it, why it happened, and when it should have happened. And for me, I regret that we didn't get it done the right way. These comments come just days after Rollins told GQ that a full-blown Shield reunion is highly unlikely, citing his strained relationship with Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley's departure from the WWE. Not a lot of love lost between myself and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose, Jon Moxley, not currently with the company. Don't know if he's ever coming back. I would say chances are very slim. While that epic moment may be in the rear view, Rollins' behind-the-scenes reveal shows just how close we came to seeing one of the biggest triple threat match in WrestleMania history, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Rollins, Ambrose, Reigns in WrestleMania main event for the WWE title, the World Championship, the Universal title, whatever championship, whatever title you want to throw out there, it would have been money. It would have been massive. It would have been mega. Make no mistake about that, viewers, fans, and subscribers. Now, on top of all of that, we are receiving word that Hulk Hogan's Clearwater Mansion goes up for sale with an insane price tag. Following the death, the untimely death, the shocking death of the immortal Hulk Hogan. The red, white, and blue brother, the red and yellow. Woo! I know that's Ric Flair. I get it. I just tied in Ric Flair because Ric Flair was always tied in with Hulk Hogan in some way, shape, or form. But yes, Hulk Hogan's mansion goes up for sale with an insane price tag. AEW joins WWE? What's going on here? Wait a minute. Yes. Hold the phone, guys. Stop the script. AEW joins WWE in race to sign a major NJPW star. Yes, you heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. David Finlay's next move just got even more interesting because AEW joins the WWE in this race. But again, it's not a race to come together. It is a race to sign this wrestler, this superstar, a man that definitely is one of the future building blocks of professional wrestling, you would have to assume. Steve Maclin breaks silence after being fired from TNA Wrestling. Yes, Steve Maclin fired last night on worldwide television. Also, feast or fired results revealed during the January 29th TNA Wrestling Impact. Paige Saraya drops another training video just days before the Royal Rumble. Will Paige be a surprise entrant into the WWE Royal Rumble? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions. It's all about your feedback. Also, the WWE SmackDown preview for tonight, January the 30th, the confirmed matches, the start time, and how it obviously will be, like it is every week, on the USA Network. Also, coming in, Elena Black makes in-ring return during the January 29th episode with a win, with a victory for Elena Black. Alicia Edwards walks away from the system during TNA segment last night. Ariana Grace blows up at Stax after his dirty win during the January 29 TNA Impact. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, a new title match has been added to the January 31st AEW Collision, which will be tomorrow. The WWE NXT viewership for January the 27th sees a massive increase after Jada Parker's in-ring return. Ken Anderson, Mr. Kennedy, flips off fan after title belt snub during JCW Lunacy. Again, your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and what do you think about Tommaso Ciampa and his new name and his repackaging in AEW as Psycho Killer? Your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, your emotions on all of that. This is where we're at. This is what I do. This is Sean View. Plenty more to come. Subscribe.